we had to pack up real quick, not knowing when we're coming back, not knowing if we're coming back at all, if we're ever gonna see this place at all. So we decided to take a nice, relaxing trip to the coast and check on the boat, make sure that everything's okay there, and just generally get away, take a break from the heat. So we spent a very beautiful Friday night there, woke up to this gorgeous sunrise, and on Saturday morning, our neighbor calls us and with a very scared voice asks a peculiar question: if everything is okay. And I ask, what do you mean if everything's okay? It should be, but we're at the coast right now. And he says, oh wow, there's actually a fire on the mountain and it's big and the fire department is on the way. So I immediately have to take a step back, take a deep breath with a longer exhale to really reset my body, and then make a plan. What to do next, because even if we wanted to, we're a few hours away. And now we want to make sure that everybody on the mountain knows, the fire department is able to handle it, and we're on the way. Welcome to my channel. My name is Russ Nikita. Thank you for being here. Come join me on all of my travels, the big successes, the big failures, and everything else in between. Let's get it. Let's go. We decided that because of the chemicals in the fire retardant, because the land got burned, and because we don't really know the extent of the damage or anything else that is going to be on the property that could be potentially toxic, we decided that only one of us should take the trip home. So I decided to take the train because for two reasons. One, it's been a while since I've taken the train. It's been since California. I really love it. And two, it's actually a lot easier sometimes than taking the airplane. And I wanted to see. I wanted to just compare. And this is Portland Union Station. It's a nice little station. Nothing crazy here. Although there was a decent amount of apprehension, I am not gonna lie. Going back to the house, knowing that there's going to be, for sure, some damage. That for sure there's going to be some materials that got burned. That for sure there's gonna be things that are uncomfortable. Things from the past are gonna come up, and I'm gonna need to really consider the future plans. So there was a decent amount of apprehension even on the walk on the train. I knew that for the trip, I'm gonna want to meditate a decent amount. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on the train, put in my headphones, and allow my own voice to guide me to peace. All right, let's get it. Now check out this fireman video. The fire department took this while up on my mountain. Woo! That's insane. Look at that. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. That's my driveway. That's the fire break. That's pretty insane right there. So it was slowly creeping up to the garage. Wow. Oh yeah, that exploded. That 100% exploded. Woo! Wow, look at this plow. Well, it's fire hardened now, that's for sure. That's crazy. Oh, that's ash. Look at that. Okay, so here's something that's very interesting. I had stored some explosives material here. Look at that. That exploded. That was a storage container before. Yeah, that aluminum is shredded. Look at this. Just done. Just done. D-O-N-E. Woo! Yeah. Used to be a little structure here. We called it the Ponderosa shed because this is the Ponderosa. Look at this tree. Look at this tree. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. That's definitely a pile. Wow. You know what this is right here? This is salt. Yeah. This is now technically rock salt. That's fire salt right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's funny. Yeah, wow. Excuse me. It smells like char. That is insane. Yep, that's a tree. Crazy. Well, I think it's still alive. Wow. That's insane. So that's the other tree that got struck by lightning. I used to have a bunch of hay over here. Hey. Yeah. I wonder what they did with that. Not that I'm super worried about it. Oh, I did have a decent amount of wood stored here as well. Yeah. Look at this. The burned and charred area. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can kind of tell that I had some wood stored here, and now there's no more wood. It's all right. No big deal. But yeah, wow. So close. I mean, look at this. It's pretty intense, that's for sure. Yeah, the whole field. And now it's time to go into town, let everything go, get some meat to barbecue, and relax. I can hear it. Just all the juices locking in. Oh yeah. Absolute perfection. Outdoor smoked meat. It's just going and going and going. It's like the meat is flying through clouds. Literally. Flying through clouds. Meat clouds. Let's watch this airdrop because that was insane. Here it comes again. It comes out of nowhere. And it's right here. Really, really, really grateful for the firefighters. That's really the feeling that I have. So much gratitude for my neighbors, but really a tremendous amount of gratitude for the firefighters. The ones that were here on the land, helping, the ones that were in the sky, flying, dropping water and fire retardant. Just unbelievably grateful to the community that we live in. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. Now that I had a moment to kind of meditate, and during my meditation, one of the things that actually came up was everything is on purpose. I don't know why we had such a big fire so close to my house, but what I do know is that there's a reason for it somewhere, and that if I allow the universe to unfold, and if I allow myself to open up to the bigger ideas, to open up to the things that I want to build, to the things that I want to create, and the fact that truly everything is on purpose, then there's design here somewhere. And all that I must do now is to just focus on peace. Focus on releasing any negative feelings that might be attached to it. To focus on releasing any fear of the future, because anything is truly possible, and I have the ability to, from now on, influence change on land here. One of the things that I know I'm going to do is to secure my land a little bit better, and the first thing will be to actually make the fire truck fully function. That firefighting tank, I saw somebody build one. It carried so much water. I think it was like 8,000 liters, which is a lot of water. And it was able to handle all of the mountains, which is exactly what we need up here. So the project for this spring, you know it, firefighting tank. It might take a little bit, and I'm gonna recruit some of you to help me out on this project, that's for sure. But trust me, it's gonna get done, and then the beast will live, and then we will feel safe. At the end of the day, this is all about bringing more peace to the mountain, because we know when we are absolutely protected there, especially from wildfires and those types of natural disasters, then we're going to be a lot more peaceful up there, be able to relax a lot more, especially because now we have a lot of things developing, and we're excited to let you know how we're growing, to let you know what we're building. And I'm so grateful that you're coming along on this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody that subscribed, commented, liked, shared. Thank you. Now let's talk about this concept a little bit of everything's on purpose. You say, hey, Russ, you've blown your fingers off. You've had 26 surgeries. How can you truly say that everything's on purpose? And I say, I know that everything is on purpose, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here right now on this plane of existence talking to you, sharing my story. Now, does that mean that I'm never scared about what is going on right now? Does that mean that I never experience fear? Of course not. For example, when I found out that there was a fire burning literally feet away from my house, that the full strength of the local fire department was on my property, including bulldozers and over 10 vehicles, that they were doing even airdrops and fire retardant. Of course, there was a little bit of fear, a little bit of apprehension with, hey, how badly is the land going to be burned? Did the animals have a chance to escape from the land? Because at the end of the day, it's absolutely perfect right here. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, and it's what I would call generational land. I want to give this to my kids. And part of that is making sure that if and when there's a natural disaster, that we know how to protect our buildings, that we know that no matter what happens, that we are still going to be okay, and that at the end of the day, truly everything's on purpose and we can figure it out. We can rebuild. We can persevere. Now, by letting go of my fear, it allowed me to let go of whatever the future might hold, to let go of whatever I experienced in the past, and to think proactively by staying in the present moment, to not think reactively, but to be action-oriented, to be focused on the present moment, to be solution-oriented, and to allow myself to let go of the fear, allow myself to realize that whatever happens, I can conquer it. By letting go of my fear and staying productive and staying in the solution mode, it allowed me to also tap into that deep inner peace, the unshakable inner peace that lives in here, knowing that if I'm on this plane of existence, it's on purpose. If I'm on this plane of existence and it's on purpose, that anything that happens to me, I can overcome, I can persevere. And this time we were very lucky. Most of our structures survived. Yes, a shed got completely blown to shreds, but that is a small piece to lose. And everybody is safe. And the land, hopefully, will regenerate soon, because now it has some new nutrition for the soil. And although right now we mostly travel because we want to, for example, we'll travel because we want to visit a place, or we'll travel because where we are is too hot and we want to go somewhere cooler. So even though it's mostly because we want to, whenever I travel, a small part of me is still reminded of the times when we traveled, especially when I was little, that wasn't because of choice. When we had to pack up real quick, not knowing when we're coming back, not knowing if we're coming back at all, if we're ever going to see this place at all. Yeah, those were some challenging times. So I remember those feelings. I remember the uncertainty, the apprehension. And from all of those experiences, there's two things that I learned. One is to learn how to let go of the past, to learn how to let go of possessions, and to know that if I survived, then it's on purpose, and that to every disaster, there's a silver lining. And to look for that silver lining, for that piece of goodness in the darkness, no matter how tiny it may be. If you can find it and hold on to it, then you can have hope inside. And that hope can grow from a little seed into a big tree. And the second thing that I learned is a very powerful lesson, is to understand no matter how terrible, how painful, how challenging, how fearful this moment or this day or this week is, it too will pass. There will come a time where this will be in the past. There will come a time that you will just laugh or reminisce on this day, on this time. So if you're going through the pain, know in your heart of hearts that this will pass, that you will be okay, that you will persevere, no matter what happened or what is happening right now. You will survive and you will thrive. That day will come. Know it. And if for any reason this is one of your last days or is your last day on this plane of existence and you're ending with it being really challenging, well, know that you're correcting the energy for the next elevation, for the next plane, for whatever comes next. This energy of being challenged, of being put through the crucible right here, right now, of being put through pain right here, right now, will correct, will even out the energy for your next life, for your next incarnation, as the Buddhists say. It will level the playing field. Your karma, your energy will be clear, so that way you can move on, take the next steps with a clean slate. Either way, everything is on purpose. Those were the two things I learned. However, twos always come in threes. That's why in life there's triads everywhere. And the third lesson was that it's not up to me to figure out why the challenge, why the negative thing happened, why I was put through pain. It is up to me to let it go and find peace in that moment, to find peace. That is the mission here. That is the goal here, to find peace no matter how painful, fearful, or challenging that was, or that situation that you have or are experiencing. Let it go. Find peace. And if you're meant to realize the lesson, if you're meant to understand why it happened, you will. But if you're not meant to learn it right now, let it go. Just let it go. Find and cultivate that deep inner peace which is pervasive in here. Let everything go. Focus on being the center of the storm. Focus on being peaceful, no matter what chaos reigns around you. And if it's in the past, let it go. If your house got crushed, as mine has so many times, let it go. If your life has burned, let it go. Let the past go. Stay peaceful in this present moment. That is the mission. That is the goal of this existence, is for us to find peace no matter how terrible or how beautiful something may be. Find center, find peace. By allowing myself to stay calm and not allowing fear to overcome me and tapping into that deep inner peace, I allowed myself to let go of any future scenario. And at the end of the day, the structures were fine. And that's what letting go of fear and letting go of the future allows you to do in the present moment. It allows you to let go of anything that might happen. Then it allows you to stay productive, to stay solution-oriented, and to move forward fearlessly. Now, my crazy life has prepared me for scenarios like this. But what you can do to prepare yourself for what might come in the future, for what you might be afraid of, or if you want to overcome whatever it is you're afraid of right now, then start testing yourself and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations a little bit at a time. allowing yourself to feel that fear and let it go. Feel that fear come up, realizing it's just false evidence appearing real. That's all it is. It's just false evidence appearing real. And let it go. Stay in the present moment. Stay peaceful. Because that is what this world is truly about. For you to learn how to conquer yourself. For you to learn how to conquer your fears. Because at the end of the day, what you aren't afraid of is the fire. You're afraid of the outcome. Because the fire isn't the scary part. You're afraid of getting burned. Or you're afraid of your house getting burned, right? But the fire itself can use to also heal us. We can make some healing tea on it. It can also be used to feed us. We can make some food on it. And we can also make some steel on it. So fire is great and challenging at the same time. So fear is great and challenging at the same time. You can use fear just like we use fire. You can use that fear to elevate yourself past whatever it is that you're afraid of. So that way, you are never afraid of it again. And then once you conquer that fear, then another fear will be a lot easier to conquer because now you're building the fearless muscle. You're building the perseverance muscle. You're literally building the neurological highways and pathways in your brain and body for you to know that you can overcome anything that you set your mind to. You can achieve anything that you want. You can overcome anything that you want. All you got to do is just take small steps day by day and use the power of compound interest in your favor and overcome those fears by challenging yourself little bit by little bit, day by day. And all of a sudden, you will be running those marathons, you will have that new career, and you will be doing the things that you know you must do, that you must do, but that you might be a little bit afraid of. Thank you everybody for watching to the end, and thank you everybody for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. It really makes my day and really helps me grow and us share the message, so thank you. You know what it is. Let's go, let's get it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, a huge thank you to everybody that watched this video to the end. Thank you to all my subscribers. This is my first video in 5 years. I promise the editing and the cuts and everything will get much, much better as we grow and I get better at this game. See you in the next one.